Hey YouTube, and welcome to Silent Code Dev. Welcome to day 84 of becoming a front-end developer from zero. Now, some of you might have noticed that I stopped uploading videos, right? Because I got I just stopped uploading, right? And you probably thought I gave up. No, I didn't give up. I've been so busy, guys. Like I've literally worked. I worked so much. I worked at night. I'm covering for sick people. I'm constantly working. It got so bad that I got to a point where I'm actually like second guessing this. Like, should I really get into code? Because I don't have time. But I told you guys, like, this year I'm gonna commit because I really like to code. I like this, even though sometimes I need time to focus and stuff like that, right? So I don't want to give up, and I think that the best thing you can do is to, like I said, I give myself time, and I need to focus. Right now, I have eliminated some distractions I had, and not to get into so personal things, but some things that I've done. Maybe this can help you. I'm just documenting my thing. Is that I have, of course, I'm working more. I have removed some people in my life. Like there was a girl that I knew for 5 years. I just got rid of her completely. And I know this is kind of personal, but I want to share. The reason I'm sharing this with you guys is because I want you guys to understand, like, this is real, right? This is my journey, my coding journey from zero to hero, right? And it's not pretty, especially when I am like almost 30. Tomorrow is actually my birthday, and I am I'm just like doing my best what I can do. So, but yeah, this girl, I've been talking to her every day, but so it's very it's like it's very difficult, emotionally, but that's life, right? Because I realized that, and in the end, even though we love each other, like I will always love her, but I know she loved me, but we just our life situation didn't fit, right? So very hard. And also, yeah, like I said, I've been working a lot, covering for sick people, earning. I've never earned so much money that I've done before. Like, it's just crazy. So that's good, because I think, like, if you're learning to code, I think like getting your money is important, right? Because coding is not necessarily going to make you a lot of money. It can make you a lot of money, but that shouldn't be the goal, right? You should be able to make money from other sources, unless you know what you're doing. So, but today we're going to be doing reading dynamic property again, because I struggle with this, right? I did this when I was tired. So now I want to redo it again and continue my JavaScript series. I want to understand this properly, right? So, and also I think I made a note about it. This is 15. Yeah, object keys. So object keys is going to extract the key pairs, not the key part of the object, right? But we're going to read about this. So let's see. So back in the first object chapter, we saw that we can use the dot notation to read a property. Also, I need to restart the chapter because I think I wrote that answer for. By the way, if you guys, if you're learning to code, you can add my Discord. I'm available 24/7. You can text me, and also you can join my group. Be sure to subscribe, comment, and like. Okay, let's get into it. So, reading dynamic property. So back in the first objects chapter, we saw that we can use the dot notation to read a property on an object. For example, const user equals object ID equals, ID1, name Sam Green. So user dot ID will give us 1. Now, what if the name of the property that you wanted to read was stored in a variable? For example, key equals ID. So this does not work. So we cannot use the dot syntax here because the property is dynamic. So when you write user key, JavaScript will then look for a property called key, which is not the case here. Instead, we need to get the key value. We need to get the value of the variable key, which is ID. So yeah, you need to access the actual value, not the key. So for that, you have to use the square brackets as follows. Const user equals object ID 1 name Sam Green age 20. So you create a variable const key equals ID, and then you access the value of ID by using square brackets. So user key. So this works because key will evaluate. Sorry guys. So this works because key will evaluate the expression inside the square brackets. So in this case, key values to ID. So we end up reading the property ID, which returns 1 because user ID is 1. That makes sense. You're probably thinking that this is overcomplicated and we could just access user ID. That's true. However, there are cases where the key will be stored in a variable. For example, take the function below. So const get value user key to read, return user key to read. So here you're passing ID to a name Sam, and then we have that user, and then we have the name. So key to read. Yeah. Okay, I get it. So user is the object and key to read is like the value, right? So we use that to access, but I don't get it because it's like, okay, key to read, but oh yeah, second parameter, of course. But name is there, so how is it? Oh, okay, I get it. So in this case, get value accepts an object user and then the key to read. So to be able to implement the function, we had to access the property dynamically with user key to read. This allows the function we had to access the property dynamically with user. This allows the function to be dynamic and accept any key on the user object, and its value will be returned. So don't worry if the concept is not clear. This is a tough one. Yeah, it was a tough one. That's why I struggled with it. Because it's clear, but it's just like confusing how, but when I read it and look at it, I understand it, right? Because you are essentially like the user and the key to read, right? The key to read is the extracted value or the extracted key from the object, right? So when you use it, you will get the value directly. But what I think what I'm struggling with is how does JavaScript know that name, because it's in strings, right? How does JavaScript know that the second parameter is from the object? I need to ask ChatGPT about that, right? How does JavaScript know that? Because it's in a parenthesis, right? How does JavaScript know that name has the value Sam when it's in a string? You know? Okay, so there might be many cases why the name of the property that you want to access is stored in a variable. Most notably, it comes from user input provided by the user. For example, imagine a drop-down where the user can decide whether they want to read the ID or the name property. We're looping. I hope the microphone doesn't pick that up. We're looping through an object's keys with object keys, as we'll see below. So object keys. method returns an array of all the keys in the object that you provide. So note that we have object here, which is a global variable available in JavaScript. It is similar to number, which we called number parse int before. So the object global variable contains methods that are relevant to objects. One of them is the keys, which accepts an object. For example, const user ID 1, name Sam Green, age 20, and const keys, object keys user. All right, so when you const log keys, you're gonna get all the keys, right? ID, name, and age. So notice how it returns an array containing every single key from the user object. So remember to pass the object whose keys you want into the keys method. It's often confusing for developers to see this object with a capital O in the beginning. You can remember it as the name of the function is object keys, and then it receives whatever object you want as a parameter. Okay, so putting it all together, so since object keys return an array, you can use it to loop through every key in the object and get its value dynamically. And that's the thing, right? So keys, object keys. So keys for each key. Okay. All right, guys. So just a little recap. You cannot use dot syntax when the property blah blah blah. Let's try it. Okay, so this is the one I struggle with, right? So because I think the issue is that I missed this, right? This one. So course detail, complete the function get course detail such that it returns the following string. So yeah, so it's gonna say that the course X is Y, right? So where X is replaced with detail parameter, Y and Y the value of the course. So it's a bit confusing, this one, for me, but it's like I'm gonna read it slow and I'm gonna try to understand it. Okay, so let me see. So complete the function, so where X is replaced with detail, and we know that detail is name and year, right? It's oh my god, right, I just had an epiphany, because I was like, how does, but it does know that because in the second parameter we are using user and we are getting this, right, using this, and that's going to give us, because we're accessing it here, return user, and then it's going to look for this, which is going to be corresponding with this, and it's going to, yeah, okay, so yeah, I thought it was complete. No, so where X is replaced with a detail parameter, and yeah, because now we're getting course, right? We're going to the ID here. Detail is going to be, for example, here it's going to say learn JavaScript, and here it's going to say year. and y is replaced with the value from the course parameter where property is detail. Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm doing here, right? Because where x is replaced with the detail parameter. There we go. So course properties. So complete the function get count property such that it returns the number of keys. Returns the number of keys in the object course it receives. Okay. Yeah, here. So let's try. So we know that in object we can const keys equals course. Oh God. Okay, let's see what we're. Okay, I need to think, right? Because we're getting. So course object keys. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Sometimes I'm just like, this is what happens. Even though I should know the. Yeah, I know what I'm just like. I'm just messing around. Not messing around, but I'm like playing too much, man. I'm tired. I should be sleeping soon. So get uppercase properties. So complete the function so that it returns an array containing every. So properties. Okay. So return. And we need to do that. So we need to loop for each case. Maybe I could like um why am I trying to log cores when it's keys? I should do. Oh my goodness. Yeah, because it's an object, right? But it's not separate. It's like, oh, I forgot. It's not separate, but I'm really sleepy. Holy boy. Let's see. I need to Google, guys. Google. So we're gonna type in split. I don't know why I keep forgetting the word. So I want to split it. Split. Yeah, but isn't that a... Oh, I need to map because I need to try... Oh my god. I'm gonna have an issue with this. So... Yeah, so this is what happens, guys, when I'm pushing through. I'm falling asleep. But I'm trying to think. Object keys, course, map for every C we want to, because it works, right? So why the fuck? Why do we get undefined here? But it's working. But we need to put it in a. Yeah, we're still getting some undefined. I think that's the issue. Oh, because we have an ID and then we have. Oh, we have this. Yeah, we need to look at the solution because I need to. I'm falling asleep, guys. This is crazy. I'm falling asleep. Yeah, guys. So I'm not feeling well today, but I want to come back to YouTube. I think I missed like 2 days. So, but I want to get back, man. So. Mhm. Oh my! But I did that. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we're gonna say C. So because the thing is like, yeah, I don't know why I have this. Yeah, but why do we get undefined on the other ones? It's giving me undefined, so I don't know. I feel like there's something I'm doing wrong. Let me see. I'm not returning. No return. Okay. So complete the function log value such that it logs using. Okay, so how do we do that? We can loop. You can use a loop. So we're gonna say I equals to course I plus plus. I'm falling asleep. Okay, so we're gonna console log every value of the object keys course. We need to return. Yeah, it's been such a long time I've done like loops, so I don't know. I is not defined. What are we gonna say? Yeah, we're getting this, but we need to get the length. I'm just gonna skip this, guys. This was a bit like complicated for me. I can't skip it. Every value of the course. Okay. Yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm extremely tired. I'm falling asleep. But I just want you guys to see like the grind, you know, like despite I actually considered like giving up, but I don't want to give up. I'm just tired. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Peace.